Hey guys, just finished watching Gotham, Season 5, Episode 11, Legend of the Dark Knight. They did what? Um, this episode was very, very good. It's just hard for me. I'm still kind of pissed off with this show for the last two episodes of the last three episodes of the entire show. They decided to go on a week break for the last, showing the third to last episode, and then for the last two episodes they decided to go for a 4-week break. And it's just like, it just pissed me off so much. So I gotta just get past that to try not to, rant just about that. I feel like I could do 10 minutes just talking about that, but I'm trying to keep this video short. But, so that just kind of lost some of the momentum that the episode had with things going on. So it really did not help this show. Now, if they had started this episode, picked up when they couldn't because where they left off in the third to last episode, they had these two last episodes both being, the flash forward and stuff, the time jump and stuff, that would have made sense. That would have been okay for a little bit. It still pisses me off for the 4-week break that we had to wait so long for this. But this really was a really good episode. I'm really excited that it looks like the last episode is going to be entirely the flash forward type thing, the jump forward. So that's really going to be cool. So we start off this episode. The first thing we get is a nod to Nightwing with the Nightwing Project, and we get that revealed later on as it's used to actually take down Bane and stuff. It attracts all the bats and stuff, and that was really cool. Even caught a shot there, one of the bats going over the moon and stuff, and it wasn't like a in your face. It was like a blink and you miss it moment with a bat going over the moon to creating the bat logo and stuff. So that was really interesting. It was really nice there. We see Penguin takes a grenade to his face and stuff, so that was really interesting seeing that. We see Bruce ends up blowing up Wayne Enterprise to kind of block the army from attacking the Green Zone and stuff. And then the general ends up killing himself so that he can't get unmind controlled to call off the army and stuff. That was really interesting there, which was kind of silly. Like, it got me thinking later on throughout the episode is just like, there's general's the only one there that's in charge. There's not a second in command in case they're going into a hostile situation like Gotham was, full of threats and stuff. So they gotta have a backup plan to say if the general gets killed, who is the next one in charge who's on there. I mean, they might have sat phones to kind of call back base to see who is really in charge above the general and stuff, or just after the general. But someone on ground from the army has to be second in command, or has to have a list of people who's next in list. At least a set of three people at least who could be in command after general, or maybe two others, including the general type thing. So that was a bit silly. We see Nissa Al Ghul is stabbed, but she gets away in the submarine by that Riddler and Penguin had made and stuff. So that was really interesting there. We see the army ends up turning on Bane and stuff, and that was a really interesting moment. It wasn't like a memorable speech or anything, but it was really a cool moment, just with kind of the Narrows and everyone, all of the the people of Gotham just kind of standing up for themselves in front of the army and stuff. And I think that was really kind of interesting there. And it was kind of weird, with the army turning, like they turned on Bane and stuff, but when Bane walked in and just started killing, a person like that, army member, it just didn't make sense. Would the army, just kind of, turn on Bane and start attacking Bane because he just outright murdered one of them for no reason? I mean, where's the sense of of brotherhood, that the army is, takes? And yes, he's Bane and he's strong and stuff, but it would have been interesting to see Bane, he goes into a tent, and he kills that one guy, and then those in that tent start firing on him, and he comes out all bloody, and then, he murdered like those 10 guys in that one tent full in the army base. I think that would have been really interesting, and I think that would have made the whole, when he walks out covered in blood, or still dripping from blood and stuff, as much as they could do on TV, but just showing that, those 10 guys tried to stop him, and he just kind of shrugged it off like it was nothing. That would have been really cool to see that. And you could have just kind of zoomed out from the tent and see, just kind of hear all the carnage and stuff that he did. And that would have made more sense to get the rest of the army kind of on his side. So that was really interesting. That was the way I would have done it there. And we end the episode with Jim getting the commissioner job and Bruce leaving Gotham and stuff. I think that was a really interesting moment. It was really cool. I like how they set up stuff, especially with he just kind of leaves Selena Kyle and stuff. He just leaves her, sends her a note. She runs out to the airplane and like, oh, we're gonna have an emotional scene and stuff and all that. But no, they didn't. I'm glad they didn't. It sets her up for her being abandoned by him, to her to become Catwoman and started going into her destined criminal past and stuff and stealing these things. I think that's a really interesting idea how, this abandonment, he probably comes back 10, 20 years later, maybe like 15 years later or something. But I think that's going to be interesting to see as to kind of where things kind of go with that. And that's really going to be quite interesting to see as to, does she when she shows back up in the next episode as Batman, does she instantly recognize him and stuff? I think that's really going to be quite fun. I definitely can't wait to see David Mazouz as Batman. I'm really excited. So all in all, this was a really interesting episode. Still pisses me off that we had to wait so long for this. It's just kind of it's like a really dick move from everyone involved for doing this. But it was a fun episode. I'm really excited to see as to where things go in the next episode. That's really going to be the one that everyone's excited for. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.